It's National Autonomous Vehicles Day.
Thomas vehicles.
Yeah, like the tank engine. Do you know the other Thomas?
Oh.
No, autonomous. I mumbled. Hello and welcome back to the Croak and Crow podcast. I am Spencer Cartier.
I'm a journey, not a destination.
That's what it's all about. And this here is Frank, looking like a trainer.
Yeah.
Training someone like in an old school boxing gym.
Yeah, I like that. Which still exists in Philadelphia.
He needs a toothpick in his mouth.
Yep.
And he needs to be yelling. But what he's really doing is building character.
He's motivating.
Yes. You think he's the bad guy until you realize he's been in your corner the entire time. Both physically and metaphorically.
Right. You're right.
And there's something beautiful about that.
There is. And there's a lot of non-physicality in motivational speaking in 2022. But there's something to be said for actual human interaction.
That's a good point. You know? Let me digest that a little bit. Yeah, back in the day, you'd have the Mr. Miyagi's.
Right.
Where you didn't know what was happening and you were put through the motions.
Right.
And then you discovered on your own that you were being taught all this time.
Right.
Now we've sort of switched it where you're told you're not waxing a car.
Right.
It's like you're just being told.
Right. This
is what it's all about. You move your hands, defense.
Yeah.
But I think there's something to be said about that practicality because I think the thing about it, right, with that kind of teaching is a lot of people might be a little more abrasive to the words. I don't want to hear you telling me how to love myself. I don't love myself.
Right.
But if you're having someone, hey, come for a walk around the block every day, and doing little physical things.
Physical things.
And then
there's something to be said for physical things helping your mentality.
Yeah.
Where because some physical things in the past went too far. Yeah. Right? I don't know, like coaches and teams would push them too far, or obviously abuse. Then you threw the baby out with the bathwater and you said it.
I said it.
And people said, no, like it all, we're spiritual beings and we need to connect with the spiritual being, but we are an everlasting spiritual being. Yeah. But you can't deny that you have a physical presence or beautiful divider, a physical presence on this earth, and we are a complete being. Yes. And that complete being.
Mind, body, soul.
So if you can, it is good to have one-on-one or even a team type, any kind of situation with human beings, earthling to earthling, training and mentoring people, because you can't get grounded if you're always floating with your thoughts. You're one of these philosophers up in the mountains. Yeah.
It's like all those thoughts are only worth so much if it's never in practice.
Right.
Interesting. That's an interesting little first 3-minute talk.
Yeah. I told you I was a journey.
Well, let's continue journeying. Do I have to sneeze?
I don't know. Do you?
No.
Okay.
Ugh. It's okay. I'll be okay. How you guys doing? It's June 1st. Holy cow. It's summer.
June. Summer. Not yet, but unofficially.
How was your Memorial Day weekend?
It was so memorial.
In memoriam. You didn't do anything? That's fine. The weather was nice. It was beautiful. To anyone who had
promised rain,
who did anything, I hope it was good.
Where we
did. Never forget what Memorial Day is for. It's for those who fought and died for a cause they believe in. Yeah. And
it benefited more than themselves.
Yeah. And does it get much more biblical than that? No, it does not. So great holiday. Unofficial, official start of summer. We are cruising along now. Yeah. The weather's good. It's a lot of smiling faces I'm seeing around.
Yeah. Also, our Instagram.
Do you follow at Croak and Crow? If not, what are you waiting on?
And thank you for the people who do.
And if you do, You're one of the lucky ones.
We are trying to find out the most voted on book of the Bible out of 66 books of the Bible.
Book of the people.
And we're down
People's
to
choice.
8 books. So we just finished a third preliminary.
Yes.
Where you lost.
We're doing a bracket system. We are now in the Elite 8.
You had
I lost?
Well, we both
I thought you said I won.
No. 3 of your contestants won, but
Okay.
5 of my contestants won.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Now we have these 8 winning books.
The Elite 8.
We split them again.
Psalms is with me through and through.
Psalms.
Vote for Psalms.
They can't vote for Psalms because that was yesterday.
Oh.
But they can vote today.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
Who knows? This is where it gets good.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of books that we thought were going to reach the mountaintop fell off early. But
very interesting.
Still got some ones holding on strong. Like Malachi. I see you. Malachi.
So many New Testament books made it. And I was very surprised because I would have thought it would have been a lot of Old Testament books.
I'm not that surprised.
I'm not surprised anymore because since this happened, I thought about what is going on and how are these letters winning? Because I kind of didn't put as much value on the letters, the New Testament letters. But now I'm realizing that when the New Testament wins, the Old Testament wins.
Yeah.
Because the New Testament is talking about the Old Testament.
Well, that's what I was about to say. So, we were talking earlier off air about how a lot of Paul's books are in
letters
are in, and
they are called books
on face value. It's like, yeah, what the heck? What Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John? What are the Old Testament? What about Genesis? But the way I think of it is like, you go on YouTube and after a sports game and you watch the highlights.
Yeah,
action packed.
Right.
It's like you can see all of the best things that happen.
You want the commentary too
in the long form game. And so is that not what Paul's letters were, where everything happened and he's looking back? Like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were with Jesus and writing. Right. He's doing this. He's doing this. Paul was sitting down, letting all that information marinate.
Right.
And putting it back out.
Right.
And if you think about it, right, like I said, there was the basically the Bible up until, aside from a few things like the Song of Solomon and Psalms and Proverbs,
right?
It was a historical account. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. Paul took that information, we say they're letters because they're letters to people, which we are also people getting this information. So it's information that's meant to be read.
The letters came to us.
Yeah, it's not just to the Romans, it's to the Americans as well. And so, it kind of makes sense. I don't know, but we'll see. Hey, we're learning
the Chinese.
something.
Why are we just American?
Well, because we're American.
Yeah. And the way we're doing the poll, it's kind of like, what verse do you pick today? So of course it is a broader, like, this is a good verse for today, speaking to the people.
Oh, yeah.
And if you could sit there with Deuteronomy, which didn't make it to the semifinals, which is that's fine.
Sorry.
And you could get, so you personally can get stuff
that's the other thing. So when you follow at Croak and Crow, you can go through all the old videos of us doing it. We never cease getting the comments of saying both of them, or they're all important.
That's true.
And it's like, yes, we'll be the first to say we are not nixing any books from the Bible.
No.
And we're not saying that any is needed more than others. It is simply a people's choice of what is inspiring you
right now
on that given day.
Yeah.
You could go back on ones you voted on already and be like, actually, the other one's speaking to me today.
Right.
But that's not what we're doing. We're having a fun little thing, and you're just reading Bible verses on the daily.
See, I know.
It's a win-win.
Easy.
But yeah, so that's that. Follow the Instagram at Croak and Crow. You know the vibes. Anything else?
No, I think you were saying something and I interrupted you, and it was probably about Memorial Day.
Forget about it.
Okay.
It's National Autonomous Vehicles Day.
Thomas vehicles?
Yeah, like the tank engine. Do you know the other Thomas?
Oh.
No, autonomous. I mumbled.
I wanted it to be the other one. I was literally like, I of course I like trying to think of a name of one of the other trains, and that's not it.
No, autonomous.
Autonomous? Meaning it drives by itself?
Yeah. Over in like
new. It has to be new.
And that's what I was thinking. I was like, that must have came out like what, last year? Yeah. But with these gas prices, yeah, over in California they're doing like you get into your Uber, there's no driver, and on the back it says like, "Welcome, you're in an autonomous vehicle."
Okay. I'm going to be brave. And
I was talking to a coworker, an old man yesterday, and I get it. The times are hard, and the technology is new. But this is my one big argument for it.
Okay. I'm not against it.
Yes.
I have to get used to it.
You have to, yeah. And also, like, with any technology, there needs to be a trust established first.
Right.
With that being said, with the technology they do have, with the stats they do have, I just find it kind of interesting and funny. Not funny, because it makes sense, and I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here, but the trust we put in random strangers that we are not willing to put into computer. Like, it's like seeing a calculator over there and saying, all right, what's 17 times 38?
Right.
And it's like, okay, well, I know you can probably crunch the numbers in your head. And it's like, but what if it does it wrong? I know you'll probably do a lattice or something.
Right.
And it's a computer. And I completely understand the comfortability in knowing that another conscious, aware person is more comforting than just you can't see anything.
Yeah.
But I'm saying we are moving to a place where, because that's where we were arguing. He's like, oh, I never want to get rid of drivers. And I'm like,
oh, he said that?
Yeah. And I'm like, we're going to get to a point where driving is going to be seen as dangerous.
Right.
You know how many fatalities, human error fatalities there are a year?
Probably most, right?
What?
Probably most of the car accidents were not the car's fault.
Well, Well, it's not,
most.
No, I'm saying like human error in the sense of like, discounting. Human error, and you messed up. Yeah, I guess that is all.
Not all. Right? Because and then you sue them.
Brakes failed, or a deer ran in front of the car.
Even still, defensive driving.
Yeah,
you're probably going too fast. No, like if your steering wheel comes off in your hand.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens quite frequently. But yeah, it's going to come to a point where the cars are. It's like, why would we trust humans doing something that they've proven they're not that great at? Which isn't a human fault. It's heavy machinery going real fast. Right.
And the computer with sensors and cameras could even have more awareness of a larger area than you. Yeah. And of course
rain and night.
Sorry,
eyesight.
I keep coughing. People keep
cars can't get drunk.
No. People keep saying don't use your cell phone because you get distracted. And that is true, but you could be in your mind and you're distracted. Yeah. You know, when you're driving and you're like, how did I get here?
Sleeping driving is more dangerous.
But even awake driving, you know, when you have a lot on your mind and you're thinking through not like anything, problem, planning, whatever.
A good song comes on.
You are easily distracted.
Yeah. So I know it's a scary thought for people, but I find it not scary.
Life is scary.
Yeah.
So when you say, I would never get in an autonomous car, really you have fooled yourself into thinking that everything else is so careful. I mean,
there was a time where people were riding horses and saying, I have a relationship with this animal.
Right.
I know him. Why would I get into that new Ford motor engine death trap?
Right. Everything. Now, you don't want to freak yourself out and become super paranoid and have anxiety attacks. But right now, we are trusting that the ceiling won't fall on us.
Yes.
But it could, because we have decided to build tons of, what's it called? Bricks and furniture and on top of us. And we're in here and we're feeling super, super confident. Airplanes, you get on it and it's like, I'm going to stay in the air because you over time, you trust everything.
Yeah.
You trust everything. You trust other drivers.
Yeah.
When you're driving, you're like, I never met the person before in my life, but I know he's not going to hit me head on.
Yeah.
And when he does, we're super shocked.
Yeah.
You know?
Like that.
So, when someone says like, oh, like, I don't trust that. And it's like, in actuality, nothing can be trusted in life.
Yeah.
Like I said, without giving anybody like a mental problem by me saying that.
You think you're safe?
Nothing can be trusted.
You're never safe.
Nothing can be trusted. So we do trust, because that's how you have to live your life.
Yes.
You know, I trust that the ceiling won't fall. I trust that you won't.
Have faith and trust in the Lord.
Right. Exactly.
That's what it's all about.
So you be reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm not going to walk across a rope bridge that looks like it's dried out and there's no one's around and it's like, is this thing still used? I'm not going to do it. But if you make reasonable decisions, but that's so risky. Everything is risky. It's just how you're looking at it.
Well, yeah, and then that's like, just to finish up, that is my argument always of when people are like, I don't trust a car driving itself, and it's like, I can show you the stats. Yeah. It's like of human crashes and driver crashes, but you still trust you driving a car. You trust yourself, but you understand the risk is higher.
You have to be open-minded. I remember not that long ago when people were strong, people like that man you're describing, I can just imagine, they wouldn't shop online. They wouldn't shop online. And it would be like, oh, I have to go to Christmas. I have to do it. And they would say, you can just order it. You can order it online. I don't trust giving the internet, my credit card. I don't trust if it would show up. I'm going to get scammed. I'm going to get robbed. I don't trust the internet. And this wasn't that long ago. And now you're just order.
And does sometimes, some people get their card stolen. That's the thing. If you're always using people bring up, I didn't mean for this to go this long. People bring up, oh, I saw on the news that a Tesla crashed and a fatality. It's like, yeah, because it's new and that's the biggest issue.
Yeah.
You know how many people died today in car crashes?
Right.
Probably not. Because it's whatever. Someone probably died on 95. But the one thing, and so with, back and then it was like, I know someone who went on a shady website and got their information stolen. And it's like, okay, well, the majority of people don't.
Exactly.
And all things, like the majority of planes don't go down. If you look at the ones that do, you will never get on the plane.
And it just feeds into fear, which is how you can get someone to click on something.
Yeah.
Because I am afraid. So my phone just dinged.
Hello.
Okay. And my fear of that it was something very, very important made me look at the phone. Because if I just thought it was junk mail through my email, if I thought it was just, a non-important text, which it was a non-important text, but ding, my fear said, I better check it because it might be something important. Same thing, like if you see a headline and it says that people are getting scammed on the internet, you click it because you don't want to get scammed on the internet.
Yeah.
So they use things, and did you get my connection with that? Because I knew it was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. They use things like the Tesla crashed or whatever.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, I don't want to get a Tesla.
Yeah.
Because if they say a Chevy, Malibu, whatever, crashed, you're like, well, I don't have a Chevy Malibu, and that probably just cars crash all the time. They just try to. Not they, but we.
Society.
We have to not fear.
Yes. Fear is the devil's playground or something like that. It is.
You're right.
But guys, it is another holiday today. But before I tell you that holiday, it is One Word Wednesday. Yippee-ki-yay. One Word Wednesday, we pick a word from the dictionary. It's not autonomous, even though that would be a good word. What we do is we pick it and we try to get some meaning out of it. We just, shoot the bleep about it. We also try to get some spiritual significance. Maybe bring up a Bible verse or two.
Maybe.
Or three. Or all of them. One Word Wednesday, baby.
All of them.
So, before we get to that, National Smile Day.
Today or tomorrow or yesterday?
Yesterday. I thought we were going to keep it a secret. Yeah, I looked up the wrong day when I was getting ready for the podcast. Who cares? Smiling should be every day.
Okay.
So it is National Smile Day. And the one word Wednesday is smile. Wait, the one word for Wednesday is smile. Show them pearly whites.
Frank never will, but maybe he's smiling in a way that we can't see. He's smiling with his spirit. I'm guessing the dentists of America have made that holiday, or no? Nah,
I think it was more of like a mental smile.
Because there is a charitable organization. I think it's called the Smile Foundation or something, and it's for babies who were born with a cleft palate.
Oh.
And I believe doctors donate their time to fix that for them, so they can have a good smile. But what do you have to say about smiling?
Smiling's important, I think.
Yep.
But before we get into that, you have a little thing about smiling, which is super frustrating to anyone who shares a house with you.
I have a smile. Oh, I set on my phone how you can set an alarm, like it'll go off at 12 for you to take your medication, or remember to get the baby at the daycare center.
Yeah.
Mine is every 3 hours, I think. And not from midnight to 9 a.m. I don't have it set. But all day I have smile alarm goes off so that I can force myself to smile no matter what's happening.
Why did you start that?
I started that because your mind follows your physicality. We were talking about don't forget your body. And you can, it sounds so weird to say trick your mind because you are all one, but you it forces you to come out of a downward
escalation of downward, staying down there.
Yeah.
It's like, everything sucks. And it's like
an exercise.
Yeah. It's almost a certain irony and smiling when you're sad. And it's like, but it can kind of turn around. It's like, just putting on a smile.
And, so the alarm goes off and I smile. And literally by the time I'm swiping it to disable it, I can stop smiling. Like, I don't have to smile for 5 minutes or anything like that.
Yes.
I just, I'm reminded, smile.
Yes. I am not ignoring you. I'm going
to have it at my funeral. I want the phone there and I want the alarm to go off so that everyone will smile because I want them to.
No, we'll be like, finally, we can just turn it off. All this time,
it can be annoying to other people, but smile.
Smile,
force yourself.
So just a little I'm gonna sprinkle Bible verses in here throughout. I only have 3, so I got excited. But Proverbs 15:30 says, "A cheerful look brings joy to the heart. Good news makes for good health." But I like that. Yeah, a cheerful look brings joy to the heart.
It brings joy to my heart and yours. Because I'm smiling at you.
Now, I am going to just use another verse because you just said something else. Okay. But this is Job speaking.
Love Job, and he's not in the semifinals, but that's fine.
When I smiled at them, they scarcely believed it. The light of my face was precious to them. So that's like 2 things. Like, one, it brings joy to others. Like, people like to see someone smiling. But it's interesting where they said they scarcely believe it, because you also see in the Bible you have to be careful. Like, you're smiling to try to like get yourself in a good spirit,
right? But
when you're looking at someone, like it's precious, like the light in someone's face. But in the Bible, I wish I had this one verse about it was something like it's better to have sorrow than joy, because a happy face can have a sad heart.
Well, really? I mean, no, that is absolutely true, but it's in the Bible. Okay.
I think I don't have the whole context because I don't think it's better to have a sad face.
Maybe we could walk through it tomorrow.
Yeah. But the idea that also there is the idea of the inverse of not just when you see someone smiling, it means they're happy. They have a happy heart.
No.
And so what we're talking about is not masking a sorrowful heart, but trying or like attempting to do what that first verse said, which was try to lift up your like try to like have your spirit follow your body and actively pursue that joy in the heart.
Yes.
That's the main goal.
Right.
The main goal isn't, well, other people, because you see that time and time again. Well, one example I could think of right off the bat is Robin Williams.
Yes.
And
that's what everyone says now. Like, watch out for the smiling people.
Yes.
They could be very depressed. Well, then you'd be watching out for everybody.
Yeah. And but like where it's like, so it's not the idea of what we're saying to practice, because we think smiling is very important, is not smile so other people can be happy. No. Hey, Job, just smile. At least make your friends happy.
Yeah, like fix your face. You say that to little kids. Like your face is bothering. You're upset right now, but your face is bothering me. Fix your face.
It's for yourself.
Yes.
You're like, smiling is important. There's like this practice in loving yourself where it's like smile at yourself for 10 or 15 seconds in the mirror every morning.
Right? It's just seconds.
That is obviously not, just make everyone think you're happy. That's for you. You're looking in the mirror. Look at your smiling face. You're beautiful. Let's see those pearly whites.
My dad, he if you ask people who remembered him when he was a grandfather, later on in life, and he would always say, "I'm such a happy man."
Yes.
I'm such a happy man. He would you would just hear him saying this, and he had a lot of challenges. Like he had physical illnesses and just things that was wrong with him, and he had a regular normal life, like everyone does. So he had bills and he had annoyances. Did he always say this? "I'm such a happy man"? No, he did not. Was he always smiling and whistling? No, he was not. But he forced himself. I literally think I hear that.
I hear the smile alarm.
It's a different phone. He forced himself to say it once in a while and did it change his situation? It didn't change. It didn't change the fact that he had a bill or a phone call to make.
It's kind of altering the mindset.
It lets you remember that everything isn't about the bill or the thing or the fight you're having.
Yes.
It's just a relief to yourself.
Yes. It brings that peace, that inner peace of like, I'm happy, man.
Right.
And you can sort of then see the happiness. I say this all the time of saying, of the practice of saying, this is going to be the best day ever.
Right.
This is the best day ever.
Right.
This is the best day ever.
Right.
And you start to see all the good things and not sort of go to the bad. A biblical thing is another Bible verse that a woman speaker, a Christian speaker, says she starts her every morning with, "This is the day the Lord has made, I will rejoice."
Okay.
And it is like rejoice,
right.
not like smiling. Like you said, and
right.
she put it like, even when I'm like rolling out of bed, it's like, "This is the day the Lord has made,
right,
I will rejoice."
Right.
But it's just saying it,
yes.
and then having it be on the forefront of your mind.
Right.
One more verse I want to talk about, just because this is something that personally I always think about and talk about a little bit. So this is from Matthew 6:16.
Okay.
"Whenever you fast, do not put on a gloomy face as the hypocrites do, for they neglect their appearance so that they will be noticed by men when they are fasting. Truly I say to you, they have their reward in full." Couple of things I want to talk about there, but mostly just the religious practices that we talk about, and like I said, you don't need to do them, but then if you go back to them and say, why did they do that? Like, not make it law, but make it benefit.
Yes.
And then
the motivation behind it.
The motivation. So I like to use Lent as an example, but you can fill in the blank of whatever. If you are into fasting,
Ramadan,
if you're into, whatever. But I use Lent as an example of, if you're doing it and saying, I have to give something up, like I don't want to give something up, you're defeating the purpose isn't
right.
meant for you. You don't have to do it. If you want to do it, it's like, oh, like this is like for me. And so this is saying, don't have a gloomy face when you're doing it. Now you need to have all that context behind it, because it's like, well, great, now I got to give up meat every Friday and I can't be upset about it.
Right.
It's like, it's sort of, the point is to not be, the point isn't like, well, and especially we always talk about, Christianity and stuff, of spreading Christianity and just spirituality and belief in a higher power by example, and not by, we talked about it earlier of a coach. It's like putting someone through it and not just telling them it.
Right.
Where we say this all the time on other podcasts. We want to do good and let someone say, wow, they are really good. Like, what makes them like that? And then find out they're Christian. You see it with Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
So many people didn't know he's an ordained minister because he was always living it first.
Just led by example, not by his resume.
Yes, exactly. And so if in these spiritual practices you're doing, it's like, well, I have to. How inviting is that to understand about being charitable or sacrifice or any of these things?
Right.
If you're doing it like, well, I have to give this guy $5 because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Let someone see you doing Lent with a smile or whatever, fill in the blank, with a smile on your face. You're rejoicing in doing it. And then they'll ask like, why are you you haven't eaten all day? Right. You're enjoying that? It's like, well, no, I'm enjoying what it means. And it's all about that personal thing. And so smiling all comes down. It's for you.
Yeah, it's for you.
It heightens your vibrations. And that's picked up upon by people around you.
Yes.
And it's in the same way you can spiral down of, I'm depressed. And so then you stop reaching out to people. Then people stop reaching out to you. And now you're feeling lonely. And it's just getting worse and worse. One smile can be like a butterfly effect. Right. Smile, this is the best day ever. Someone gets excited. Wow, you're having the best day ever? Channel that energy. then you get that energy back. Right. And now all of a sudden you're in Cancun partying.
Right. Because, the end of the podcast will be the beginning, which is don't forget your body is connected to your spirit. And so when you smile, because sometimes we absolutely forget what we look like.
Yeah.
What we're giving off.
RBF.
That is sexist. Oh. Unless you can call a man a babe, but I just find that it's sexist because
you never say it about men. Men is just like, oh, he's a
right. That's the thing.
A man,
right?
Yeah, it's like it kind of goes along with like, hey, put a smile on that face, right. Sweetheart.
Like we need you to smile. We need the females to smile, and the men can just look stoic.
All right, I take it back.
It was our little PSA.
Gotta end, yeah.
PSA for an RBF.
Yeah, we're just doing like one of those commercials where someone like little public service announcement. Yeah. You want to buy drugs? That's what you don't do.
No, so we forget what we're even giving off of our face, and so like my alarm, it reminds me that I might be portraying something that I'm not, because sometimes I'm not upset.
Yeah.
I do have, because I have a kind of a downward face. So, and I have to say like, I want to
smile.
I want to smile on Smile Day and the day after.
Yeah. So guys, go out and smile, look in the mirror and say, that's a nice smile. We'll be back tomorrow for Walk Through Thursday. Maybe we'll talk about whatever we said earlier.
I know, you have to look it up.
Peace be with you and also with you.
Amen.